Adidas sent this pullover to me several years ago, and I like it.
Yeah, not
I really had never seen anything like it.
No, not a camo. Didn't have you pay to wear camo at least.
Okay.
I've never worn it. I've worn it in like in 8th grade.
Okay.
Yeah, way back when I had a camo jacket, I remember.
Nice.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
Not a big camo guy.
No?
I like to be seen.
Okay. You do.
I don't want to be. I want to hide from everybody.
Yeah, last night, how much did you socialize at kickball? Was it just
that's what I do.
I mean, how much verbal vomit did you have for 3 hours or whatever?
When you run an organization such as we run, you got to do it. You got to have.
Who knew that you were going to become a CEO, an entrepreneur?
That's right.
Running. How many teams do you have?
14 this year.
So that's about
16,
140 people?
16
160 people?
Ooh.
I mean, you're managing over 160 people. You can't even figure out where you're going during the day. That's incredible.
I probably got about 250.
250 people?
275. We probably see AA 400 come through the gate every night.
Really?
Easy.
Okay. Does it cost money?
Not yet. No, it doesn't. It does not cost money.
You got to start charging.
We thought about it. We thought about charging a gate.
Next thing you know, you'll be building a little club level around the Northeast Jackson baseball fields or kickball fields.
We'll rename them things.
Yeah. Hey, if you're watching on YouTube, go to YouTube, search Out of Bounds Sports. You can check out my new, it's not new, but my and I've worn it before.
Yeah.
But I guess Jackson either didn't remember or I haven't. I don't think I've worn it in like a year. And I just saw it in my drawer this morning. And I thought, I'll wear the camo Adidas hoodie, kind of. It's a different. It's cool camo.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not camo.
Yeah, it's not 1984 camo.
I tell you what,
that was a bad look.
It's actually digital camo. That's what it's called.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Digital camo.
So I have digital camo on.
That's correct.
All right. I want to go to the Jim Harbaugh audio. Harbaugh won again this past weekend. He beat Sean Payton in a close game. All Harbaugh does is win. He may be the best active coach in the world. Now that Belichick's active, but they're trying to go 0-12 at North Carolina. So what I mean is now that he's out of the NFL.
Right.
I guess people would go Andy Reid. That's fair.
It's fair. But
and look, Sean's up there as far as you could say one of the top 4, 6, 8 football coaches walking the planet right now and active. But all he does is win, Jim Harbaugh. This is what he said when they asked him on his father's advice for when to retire.
More years in fact, I told you that story about my dad, right? When me and my brother asked my dad when do you know it's time to retire from coaching?
I need to coach as long as you can and then coach.
Yeah.
My delivery is not as good as yours.
No, your delivery is not good at all. So I hate that. My brother and I, this is like about 5 years ago, my brother and I are talking to my dad, and we're like, Dad, hey, when do you know it's time to stop coaching? When should we, when should we retire? And my dad said, you coach as long as you possibly can until you cannot do one more script. You can't walk out on the field for one more practice or do one more game plan. That's when you know you should coach for 2 more years. When you get to that point, give it 2 more years.
I got to work on my delivery. It's not there.
All right, so that was Jim Harbaugh. I thought that was great.
That's
our listeners,
pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's good.
His dad was a longtime coach. And Jim Harbaugh has a national championship at Michigan. His brother has a Super Bowl with the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
And Harbaugh has already turned around the Los Angeles Chargers. Last year, they went to the playoffs.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Still questionable. I don't know how they did it.
He's totally revamped the roster.
It's incredible.
Made Justin Herbert better. And he's just an unbelievable football coach. And again, you throw him up, Andy Reid, Harbaugh, Sean Payton, and I don't know. Sirianni is trending maybe that way after one Super Bowl, but probably needs a little. I mean, God, he was on the hot seat 2
Yeah, I was about
years
to say
ago.
prior
And
to that.
give him credit, his front office and Howie Roseman, the general manager for the Philadelphia Eagles, is incredible. And y'all saw what they did as far as blocking the field goal and running it back on Sunday. I mean, they were playing a good team, and that is, again, another good coach, Sean McVay, with the LA Rams, who has a Super Bowl, but not just has a Super Bowl, they win.
Right.
And they had the game, and the Eagles just steal it. Not steal it. They took
had
it.
the game.
But I don't know if I'd go there yet. You know, I'm thinking Andy Reid,
Well, why would
Sean Payton,
Yes.
John Harbaugh,
Okay.
and Jim Harbaugh. And Pete. I mean, I got to give. I mean, Pete went to 2 Super Bowls. I have to put Pete Carroll up there as far as like
Dang right.
active, walking the planet, the most talented football coaches in the world. I have to put Pete Carroll in there.
Yes.
So Sean, and 3 of those are in four. No, they're in all 4 are in the same division.
Yeah.
Andy Reid, Sean Payton, Pete Carroll, and Jim Harbaugh.
Oh.
Probably. I'm not sure you've ever had a division like that. If you have, I don't know where you would. Well, okay. At one point in the NFC East, late '80s, you had Gibbs, Parcells, Jimmy John, and early '90s. Gibbs, Parcells, Jimmy Johnson. I think Buddy Ryan was at the Eagles after the Bears, but I'd go Joe Gibbs, Jimmy Johnson, Bill Parcells, right in that 90-91 spot, Jackson.
Heater.
That's ridiculous right there. That's Hall of Famers.
Yes, all.
And then Andy, right now, currently, Andy Reid, Sean Payton, Pete Carroll, Jim Harbaugh.
That's filthy.
You could do a Mount Rushmore right there. Hall of Famers. One division. Same division. Mike Detillier on them LSU Tigers and Ole Miss Rebels. Brought to you by Ice Cold, Bud Light, and Burgers. That's a winning combo. Woo. We have a big one in Oxford, 2:30 ABC, LSU at Ole Miss. And you know what's happened the last 2 years and the way the games have gone down. Unbelievable. We're live in the Bank Plus studio. The Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone, is brought to you by Southern Ag Credit, financing life outside the city limits. Southern Ag Credit, southernagcredit.com, financing life outside the city limits. Also, the show is brought to you by Sound and Communications. Your next video wall, call Sound and Communications for your lobby, your conference room, your arena, business, hospitals, and so on. We welcome in Mike Detillier, WWL Radio TV New Orleans, LSU Insider, and Mike D joins us on the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line. Mike, what is the latest on Caden Durham, the running back at LSU?
He's questionable for the game. They thought it was probably a high ankle sprain. Looks as though it's not that, but still, you got an ankle sprain. Man, it's difficult to come back from that to play again, a game on a Saturday afternoon. So we'll see how it goes during the week. I think you're going to have a lot of running back by committee, so to speak, with the Tigers.
Okay.
It hadn't been a strong suit for them all season. They haven't been able to run the football very well. So, and I think Caden's a hell of a back. He's a really good football player. But he's battled, last year was a toe injury, and then this year with the ankle injury. But their offensive line, they can pass block pretty well, but they're run blocking. They're not a real physical team up front, really aren't.
All right, Ole Miss, Arkansas did what they wanted with them. Obviously, Tulane couldn't get anything going. If Kentucky would have had any quarterback play, they would have probably done some things too. So what are your expectations for this LSU offense going against this Ole Miss defense? I mean, do you expect them to have success through the air and kind of the same old on the ground that they've done the last few weeks?
It's going to be erratic as far as running the football with LSU. Every once in a while they hit a big play, and so expect you'll see a lot of the freshmen, Harlem Berry, to get some of that load as a running back, and certainly Juwan Johnson, who was a tremendous high school quarterback. They tried to play safety, and that wasn't a spot for him. I mean, he should be touching the football. He should either be a running back or a receiver. It took him a year to figure it out, but, he's also going to see a lot of action there. But, LSU's going to win or lose this game by how well they can throw the football downfield. And they got some weapons, and certainly with Tre'Davious Green coming back from his injury, he gives them a huge man from a short yardage red zone target. You talk about a 6'7.5" flex wide receiver tight end. He's a difficult, guy to go up against downfield. And I think that they're going to try to target him quite a bit.
Okay.
They like to throw the football to the tight end. So Bauer Sharp, who was formerly at Southeastern, Oklahoma, and now at LSU, I think those two guys get the ball out quickly, see what you can get underneath. And they haven't done a lot of it, but I expect them to try to get the ball deep downfield. It's something you can just hear it in the voice of Nussmeier and Brian Kelly that they want to do a little bit more of. And that's push the envelope by throwing the football, deeper downfield.
Considering the running game hasn't been that good, how do you think Garrett Nussmeier has played to date?
Yeah, I think he's done really well. To be honest with you, when he was fighting an upper body injury, and Garrett's a guy that's a bit of a gunslinger. He's going to take some chances, Bo, as a passer. But man, he's smart, he's accurate, and boy, when he gets hot, you got yourself say that peripheral tiger by the tail. You got something there, man, because you can tell real early in a game if it's going to be one of those type games for him. He's almost like a baseball pitcher that those first 4 or 5 pitches in a game, and you say, wow, this might be really tough for another team. And then you watch him pitch sometimes, and you say, well, this might be a short outing for the pitcher, or he's going to have troubles throughout the game. That is very similar to Nussmeier this year. You can almost tell. I thought he played an excellent game against Clemson. He struggled in some of the other 2 games now because of the competition too. But he was outstanding against Southeastern. But it was almost like skeleton drill, to be honest with you. Other than the first drive, he was on target, and they got everybody involved. And I think that is something, because the offense is Brian Kelly's baby. That's his deal. He wants to get multiple people involved offensively from a wide receiver standpoint, because that's the strength of his team, to be honest with you, is the receiving core on offense.
LSU insider Mike Detillier on the Out of Bounds show and the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line. LSU at Ole Miss. Ole Miss is laying 1.5, and the line's kind of wiggled around a good bit. So since being released, I guess, Sunday morning. Okay, so those receivers that's going to be a handful for the Ole Miss secondary. I mean, that's what they're going to target early and to get that rolling. Right, Mike?
Yeah, I think they're gonna test Ole Miss's secondary. And replaying what they played against Tulane. Tulane's receivers couldn't get open at all. Actually, Retzloff had a little bit of time to throw the ball, and he kept looking. Man, Ole Miss's secondary did a great job shutting him down. He could not find an open receiver downfield. LSU is a little bit more fast tempo. They like to get the ball out very quickly. If it's to an Aaron Anderson or, Nick Anderson, Barrion Brown. Chris Hilton has not been a big part of their offensive attack. Last week, Brian Kelly spoke about we got to get Chris Hilton more involved. But you can see, Nussmeier really likes to throw that short game and kind of break you down little by little by little, and then hit you with the big play. So, Ole Miss didn't let Tulane do that. They shut those receivers down. But again, when you look at it, LSU's strength offensively is their receivers and tight ends, and you can see that's if they're going to win this game. And this game's crazy because of the fact the last 4 years the home team has won. Mm-hmm. It's been some wild games, especially the last 2. It's really been crazy. But I think part of why it's a 1.5, 2-point favorite for Ole Miss has been that the home team and a lot of gamblers, they go back. They're going to gamble on maybe a little trend. And the trend has been the home team. But the crazy part of this, and normally this game is not played until late October, but it is the first time LSU, Ole Miss, have come in here undefeated and untied since 1959. Halloween night, wow. Billy Cannon's run.
Wow.
In Tiger Stadium. First time they've come in here both undefeated and untied.
Wow. Okay. Mike Detillier, LSU insider, Ole Miss laying 1.5 against LSU, 2:30 ABC on Saturday. Been a wild series for a long time, but definitely as of late. Mike D joins us on the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line. This is 105.9 The Zone, ESPN. All right, Mike, let's go to the defensive side of the football and what Baker's been doing and Harold Perkins and the LSU secondary. This matchup against Trinidad Chambliss, I think Austin Simmons is out for a little while. We'll see. But is this LSU's strength, the defensive side of the football?
Yeah, no question. And we've talked about this throughout the offseason. The biggest improvement with LSU was in the secondary and along the defensive line. They rotate 9 guys along the defensive line, constant rotation by Blake Baker. But I think the one area, for years they were given that moniker of DBU, and they earned it. The last 4 or 5 years, man, ain't nothing close to it. Nothing. I mean, 2019 they had a good unit in the secondary, but that was about it. Ever since then, they have not really played well in the secondary. It's been a liability more than a strength. This year, it's a strength. And in the offseason, I meet up with Corey Raymond, long-time SEC secondary coach, had been with LSU for a long time. And he goes to Florida for a few years, and he came back. He took a little bit of heat, certainly last year, but he tells me, hey, if I mess it up this year, it ain't about talent. It's about me. And they went out and got, Mansour Delane, who is the best cover cornerback they've had at LSU since Stingley. And Stingley, I think he's the highest paid defensive back, cornerback in pro football. But Delane is a really good player. I mean, really good. And teams rarely have tested his side. Clemson tried, and I think they got 1 completion on 8 attempts. He had 3 knockdowns and, pass interception. So teams have stayed away from that. They've went after P.J. Woodland instead. Man, I wish I could give P.J. some weight because he says he's 165, 170 pounds. No way. He's more like 160 at best. But, man, he's played well. And then DJ Pickett, the number 1 rated cover cornerback in the high school ranks last year, comes to LSU. Their safeties, their top 2, A.J. Halsey, is a guy who came in from Houston that's done a great job. DeMarcus Cooley, Tamarcus comes in from North Carolina State. They have solidified that safety position through the transfer portal. And then Deshaun Spears, young man from Louisiana, against Florida, he played 9 plays and had 2 pass interceptions. So it was limited, but boy, he made the most of it. It's really, Bo, the one area across the board for LSU that has become a strength for them that I would have told you a year ago it was their biggest weakness. And they did it basically through the transfer portal. And, okay, Pickett, he is who he is. And I've never seen this in my life. I've never seen a 6'4.5" cornerback at the college level.
No.
That could play like him.
No.
Brian Kelly has compared him to Kyle Hamilton, who was the safety for him at Notre Dame. He said he could do everything. And so he's the number 3 guy. Ashton Stamps, who was LSU's best cover cornerback last year, he's their 4 guy this year. He's the 4th corner on this team.
Okay.
So, man, that goes to tell you there was a lot of change in the secondary, but it is a strength for them. And they get a really good push up front. They really do. And it's kind of sprinkled between young high school players that they were able to bring in and also transfer portal guys. But to rotate 9, and I'm not even talking about Perkins, and you got Whit Weeks and Wes, and, man, it's like the law firm of Weeks and Weeks and Weeks. They got 3 of them at LSU, along with Harold Perkins. They finally figured out how to use Harold, other than his freshman year. And it's really, defensively, they've played extremely well this year. This is certainly, though, the best offense that they've played, the best scheme design they've played all year long going up against LSU. So Ole Miss's strength, which is their offense, now goes up against LSU's strength, defense. That's what styles make a fight, right?
Right.
Always. And I think you're going to see it. The shocking thing for me is who the hell put this game at 2:30 in the afternoon? Which genius at the SEC office came up with this idea to plant this game at 2:30 in the afternoon? I know Coach Kiffin talked about it too. He was shocked, but nothing surprised me anymore from the SEC.
Mike Detillier, WWL Radio TV New Orleans, LSU Insider, talking LSU at Ole Miss at 2:30 on ABC on Saturday. And as Mike just laid out the strengths of the two teams, LSU's defense, Ole Miss offense. I can't wait to see who wins that battle. Do you think that LSU is going to have, I mean, they'll lose containment at times, but do you think that they can have success holding Trinidad Chambliss to, not having a big day with his legs, because the dude can move around, the transfer from Fair State University?
Yeah, I think Harold Perkins will play as the spy. He did that against Klubnik. That was his job in that game. And, man, they sent him from every position out on the football field. And if you watch the last play offensively for Clemson, watch where Harold Perkins lined up. He was lined up to the right of Klubnik. Okay, so Klubnik takes the snap. He went around all the defensive linemen, straight arrow shot at Klubnik. Man, and Kate got rid of the football much quicker than I think he really wanted to, because of the fact Blake Baker had constantly moved him around. He had played on the left side, right side. You saw him in the middle. You saw him with his hand in the dirt. You saw him standing up. Every play was a bit of an adventure. But his job was, do not let Klubnik get out of containment. Keep him in the pocket. Make him throw the ball. It sort of reminded me a little bit of when Chief was here and they played Johnny Manziel in Texas A&M.
Mm-hmm.
And Johnny went berserk with that. And Manziel had told me at Manning camp, man, I hate to play LSU because of what John Chavis throws at me. And it was sort of a teacup, or what do you want to call a sugar rush? Okay, stay in your lanes, force him to beat me throwing the ball. Throw it. I'm not going to let you run around. I'm going to keep you in the pocket. That drove Manziel nuts, because when he played Alabama and some of the other teams, they tried to rush him, and Johnny would somehow elude him and get away, and he'd make a big play on the run, or he would just take off running. And it has some similarities to how Chief, when he was here, how he played. But Blake, you're going to see Harold Perkins come from a lot of different areas. That's what he wants to do with Perkins. Sort of hide him, but use him as the spy for Chambliss. And I think he'd have done the exact same thing if Austin Simmons was quarterback also. I think he'd have done similar things to him to try to confuse the quarterback, to make a mistake. He did it with, the Lagway at Florida. You saw Harold all over the field. And you could almost tell Lagway's GPS was on him, and I got to get rid of it. I got to get rid of it. And, look what happened. He threw 5 interceptions. Until, sometimes there's real pressure on the field. And sometimes, as multiple partner at WWL always says, there's phantom pressure. And until you've ever played that position at that level, you don't understand what phantom pressure is. You think you got it, and then he's really not there. But you almost feel it. And that's what Blake Baker has been able to do with Harold Perkins.
Wow, this is going to be a hell of a matchup. LSU at Ole Miss on Saturday. Mike Detillier on the show. Mike, I got a couple more minutes here. Let's transition to the disaster. This is the New Orleans Saints. They're 0-3, and now they get to go to Buffalo, and they're a 16.5-point underdog. 15.5, excuse me. I mean, do we see a win in the foreseeable future for this franchise?
Well, it won't be next Sunday. Put it that way. Man, and I've got gambling people that I know really well say, man, look, they would rarely do it because most of the time, the odds are against you of somebody covering that big of a spread. But, man, you see how lackadaisical they were. They didn't even seem prepared going up against Seattle. And for the first time in a long time, this team, they melted down on special teams to give up a 95-yard punt return. You get a punt blocked. You miss field goal with grouping. Man, it was really bad. It was awful. And so then you go play in Buffalo, and it's one of the hottest tickets you can get for a Bills game. You know why? They rarely play at 12 noon Central, 1 Eastern in Buffalo. Most of these Bills games are primetime games. So they are like 3:30 in the afternoon, at night, Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night. They got basically Central Standard Time, they got a 12 noon game in Buffalo. And it is prime ticket money they're getting for those.
Wow.
It's a rarity now because you that good that you're going to play at that time frame.
Okay.
Now, you might play at 12 noon if you play in the Jets or the Patriots, but a home game in Buffalo. So, man, it's big time. So they got people that I know of here that got into the Saints plan, that they bought tickets and now they're selling them for like triple the amount of money to Bills fans because it's a rarity.
Wow.
They play in Buffalo at noontime on a Sunday evening.
Wow. All right. This is going to be a heck of a week. That was good. Mike Detillier doesn't get any better than that. He gave us 20-something minutes on LSU at Ole Miss. Kiffin against Brian Kelly. This could be one hell of a ball game. It sure was the last couple of years. Mike D, have a great week, my man. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, Bo. Hey, listen, I'll tell you the one thing LSU offensive linemen are saying. Thank God Ole Miss's Walter Nolan ain't there. Last year, he was more in the backfield than Nussmeier was.
Thanks, Mike D. That's true. Walter Nolan was an unbelievable football player. We are the Out of Bounds Show. And lunch today is brought to you by Martin's in Livingston. Guess what they have today? Guess what their blue plate is? The ribs. They started smoking hours ago. That's right. Martin's in Livingston, Martin's downtown. The blue plate special, ribs, baby. Back in a second.
Say, kids, what time is it?
It's 9 a.m. and this ain't okay show. It's the Out of Bounds Show with Bo Bounds.
On aboard!
As Mississippi's #1 morning show rolls on the Zone 105.9 and online at thezone1059.com.
Man.
I'm good, Bo Bounce.
Good morning. We are the Out of Bounds Show, brought to you by Cover Source Solutions. Cover Source Solutions. HVAC and plumbing. Air conditioning and plumbing. CoverSourceSolutions.com. Locally owned, Mississippi grown, with offices in Ridgeland and Brandon. We're 105.9 The Zone ESPN. 105.9 The Zone ESPN. I'm your host, Bo Bounds. Hope you're doing well. Jay Meadows finally, Double Down ice cream drinks, the whole thing. Commissioner of the Northeast Jackson Kickball League. 0-3. Probably, if he goes 0-4, couldn't come back to the show.
Would have been fair.
I mean, we're not the New Orleans Saints.
Nope.
And boom, you get a dub.
Needed. Had to have it.
So you're 1-3.
Yeah, we played well last night.
Okay.
I think we may have hit a stride. We had everybody there.
Did you play any of the teams that?
No affiliation. No,
Any of our Out of Bounds alums?
not yet.
Okay.
I know that there's definitely a game on schedule,
Okay.
and we'll see if Emma decides to make.
Has
one.
Emma Bond retired from kickball?
No way.
Okay.
No one retires.
So Houston Persac's still in.
I saw
and
him there.
Hull Bowles is still in.
Hull Bowles
Was
is
there
there.
one more?
Yeah, there was, and I can't remember who it was.
That was an Out of Bounds alum?
Yes.
Golly. All right. The Golden Moon Casino text line 601-885-3776.
Clients.
Okay.
Yeah, we have multiple clients
Good.
that were a part of the league.
Lock
so.
Ward, Realtor
Well,
Lock
Lock-
Ward
Lock's-
is on your team.
Lock's a staple now, yeah.
All right. So now he's trying to be the MVP of the league.
I feel like it may have been the guys. It wasn't total. Oh, man. It might have been the Hartley guys.
Okay.
There may have been one of the Hartley guys that plays in the league.
All right.
I think so.
Hartley Equipment.
And then obviously
Zero Turn,
Martin
Skag,
included.
X-Mark, and Bad Boy Lawnmowers at Hartley Equipment in Gluckstadt on Church Road.
And we're peppered through the service industry. So obviously Martin's folks.
Yeah, you've got
we're all out.
that's my group.
Yeah, we're all.
I mean,
that.
look, bartending, it didn't get any better. I loved it. And we still incorporate it daily and weekly into the show. Yeah, I mean, you got Fat Pat from Martin's.
At 3-1.
And what's that other club downtown?
F. Jones.
F. Jones. Is Fat Pat's team the combo of Martin's and F. Jones,
Yes.
or is it another one?
Yes, that's it. That is the combo.
Okay. Is F. Jones still
Sporadically.
kicking?
It's still yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I can't remember. I think I went once a long time ago.
Yeah. After I heard that.
How long's it been open?
Oh,
Decades?
yeah.
Or just like
Decades.
25 years?
Well, I think probably 30. I know Melton went there.
Frank Melton?
Yeah. Pulled
Okay.
up in a limo.
Did he really?
Late night.
Late night Melton.
Late night.
I went to lunch with him a couple of times. Fascinating human being.
He really is.
I was on the board of the Boys and Girls Club of Central Mississippi I told that story about Dee Dee Lewis, right? Dee Dee Lewis, the Dallas Cowboys player, 2-time Super Bowl champ and Mississippi State All-American SEC Player of the Year on a bad team.
Right.
Or defensive player. I can't remember if it was Player of the Year or defensive player. Anyway, Frank Melton was heavily involved with the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah.
And he and Sheriff McMillan were buds.
They
and
were.
we would go to lunch. And
They were.
that So I wish I'd have had a tape recorder for those conversations.
Yeah, I bet.
And Sheriff McMillan was one of the best fundraisers I've ever been around in my life. Unbelievable.
It was a boss.
He was awesome to me.
Well, it was good.
Awesome. I worked with him. I remember walking in his office the first time, and I was like, I got to raise some money for the Boys and Girls Club. And he said, well, Lynn, we're going to do it. He said, but let me get through this election and then come back. Well, he was a man of his word. I come back. He worked. I saw him. It may not have been Haley Barber-esque, but it was really, really close. I saw him work the phone. And I'm talking about some of the most wealthy, the wealthiest men in the area. Of course, he was great at asking women for money too, but man, he could work his Rolodex. This was like 2007. I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
He still had that Rolodex that men would have on their desk,
that, yeah.
with the whatever the white cards, and you would
Yes.
he was spinning that kind of Rolodex when he was calling people, and he was no BS. He called people, I need 5,000. I need 10,000. Just boom, boom, boom.
Frank Jones Corner was a filling station back in the day in the 30s.
Okay.
The current management reopened it back in 2009. Prior to that, it was let's just call it a corner store.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they had a lot going on.
Had a lot going on.
All right. Fair enough.
I mean,
you took me back there for a minute, with Frank Melton and Sheriff McMillan. That was crazy for me to be able to go and hang out with them. Go to lunch. Now, Sheriff McMillan, I rode around in his car. You kind of felt like a big, there was a cool factor when you were traveling with the sheriff.
Yeah.
Like if we had to
sheriff.
go see someone to go get Boys and Girls Club money,
Right.
it was cooler to go with him than in like my SUV. I don't want to surprise you, because when you pull up and you're with the sheriff and he's got one or two people with him, that's kind of cool.
Some of the people, when Deuce had his place there, over there on 20, he was
Nissan place?
Yeah, he was a frequent guy of F. Jones. There have been some people come through there. One of your guys, Craig Robinson. You remember that guy? Craig Robinson's been through there. They've had some sales.
Craig Robinson?
He was Daryl on The Office. He has had some quite large roles.
Oh, okay.
You've had John Krasinski. He's also on The Office. That guy came through there.
Are you trying to just tell me like some famous people went through F. Jones?
It's hot, dude. At night, late night. What are those people doing there late night?
Well, they're having fun, having a beverage. Mr. DX says Deputy Sheriff Bo Bounds. I never thought about that. I should have asked Sheriff McMillan if he could have made me like a honorary deputy sheriff.
Yeah, like how they.
And give me a badge.
Yeah, I want a gun too.
I don't know if I wanted that. I got multiple people around me when I'm with him that have guns.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So,
and they're probably more accurate.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. Jake from Yazoo on the Golden Moon Casino text line. Bo, we found Itabena Saturday after a week, right about this show winning. Thanks, gang. Yeah, you remember his dog?
Yeah, they found
Some
it.
people say it's Itabena. I thought it was Itabena. But anyway, Jake from Yazoo had lost his dog, and he found him.
How about it?
That's awesome,
That's
man.
dope.
I'm glad you found your dog.
Time.
That's a good thing. That is freaking awesome. I think I'm going to go by Deputy Sheriff Bo Bounds this week.
I like that.
Thanks to Mr. DX and my story on Sheriff McMillan and Frank Melton.
Yeah, you and Peyton Manning.
I should have interviewed both of them and gotten it. That was before we had all this stuff.
Right.
It was right before the real big technology, easy to do stuff. Boom. Back in a second. Josh Raggio will join us in 15 minutes. Famous custom duck call maker and owner of Raggio Mercantile Shop in Madison. Raggio Mercantile Shop in Madison. Absolutely beautiful store with some of the coolest, absolutely coolest stuff that you will find around. I mean, look, his store rivals anything in Charleston, South Carolina, or Nashville, or Birmingham, or Austin, Texas. Raggio Mercantile Shop. Follow them on Instagram and Facebook. Josh Raggio will join us. And he's made, a bunch of his custom duck calls for Major League Baseball players and Jerry and Stephen Jones. Bad Jerry. Just kidding. But all kinds of dudes. So we'll talk to Josh Raggio with Raggio Mercantile Shop in Madison coming up at 9:30. Bruce Pearl is stepping down as the Auburn basketball coach, and Stephen Pearl, his son, is the new head basketball coach at Auburn. And Bruce went to a couple of Final Fours and just went to one last year.
Right.
And, man, that 2020 season, kind of wonder what would have happened there. They were 25-6 when the world shut down.
Oh, yeah.
On March 9th or whatever that date was. They were at the SEC. You remember all of our teams were in Nashville for the SEC tournament. Pearl was 25-6 at that time.
Jeez.
He was coming off a Final Four the year before, going 30-10. And he went to the Final Four last year, 32-6. Of course, Florida won it, and Bruce did everything but win a national championship at Auburn.
Yes.
He's unbelievable, both ends of the floor. He's a ferocious recruiter, motivator, and again, connector and so on. Player, most, not everybody, but most enjoy playing for him. And hey, the way that they get after it they get after it on defense too, but it's a fun style of play.
It looks like it's fun.
Now, what needs to happen is, since Bruce Pearl stepped down, Mississippi State needs to call Keyshawn Murphy, who Auburn stole in the offseason. And to me, Keyshawn, you've heard me even long before Keyshawn became a really good player, I just looked at him, looked at his skill set, and said, that guy can play.
Yeah.
And look, with Mississippi State, with Keyshawn Murphy, could go the Elite Eight or the Final Four. I mean, they could get bounced in the first round, too, because the Dukes and the Kentuckys and Kansas get bounced X amount of years, and then X amount of years they're able to advance. But, yeah, I'd go ahead and steal Keyshawn Murphy back from Auburn today as Bruce Pearl stepped down, and Stephen Pearl, his son, is the new head basketball coach for the Auburn Tigers. He signed a 5-year deal. I'd have to believe that buyout is very, very low, because you don't, although I've heard Stephen Pearl is really, really talented, you just don't ever know how this is going to go. I don't know how John Cohen felt about it.
Right.
Was he strong-armed? Cohen's the last person that likes to be strong-armed.
Yeah.
I mean, for those of you who may not know, Cohen is wired a different way. Super intense, one of the most intense competitive people I've ever known. And like you, I know a lot of intense and competitive people. And you can say what you want about John as an athletic director, but he was one hell of a baseball coach. Unbelievable what he did at Kentucky and Mississippi State, especially walking in when both of them were the worst programs in the league. But Bruce gives up a $9 million a year gig so that his son can be the head basketball coach at Auburn. Now, he's staying on as special assistant to the AD. I wonder if Bruce wants Cohen's job. Now, I know that they have a good relationship since John has gone down there on the Plains and took over as athletic director in 2023. I don't know though if Bruce wants that job or not. I mean, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's like, I'll be special assistant. They're going to pay. Who knows what they're paying him?
Oh my gosh, be special assistant.
I mean, maybe $1 million a year to just kind of just be there,
be on the
make
phone.
sure Steven's good. I'm sure he's going to help in recruiting. He'll continue to rally the alums that need to buy players. He's good at that. And I mean that as a compliment.
Yes.
Some people think that I don't. Dude, but you got to buy players. In all the sports now, but basketball was the first one to become super filthy. And starting with the shoe run and the shoe tours and all that in the 80s.
Get with her or get out.
What?
Get with her or get out.
Hey, but Mississippi State needs to steal Keyshawn Murphy back and
get with it.
He's that player that just doesn't come along in college basketball that often. All right, you got me back? Cool. I keep hitting something. I don't know what it is.
I have no idea. It's not supposed to cut it off.
All right, well.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
I'm good, Bo Bow.
Whatever.
That's what matters.
I can't believe I'm talking basketball, but Bruce Pearl is the biggest name in SEC hoops.
Oh, he's
even over
huge.
Cal now that Cal's at Arkansas, just because of his personality and
that's a national story here.
He's got a big personality, and he's so good with the media, and he's won.
Yes.
When you do all that this day and age with new media and social media,
that helps.
Boom. And look, when in between the gigs, he did a great job on TV.
Man, he was so good.
I mean, he got it. He understood I'm an entertainer.
Right.
He understood I'm an entertainer as a coach.
No doubt.
But man, I don't know what they call it, the barn or whatever the hell it is. But when we went down to their arena last year, Mississippi State at Auburn beat Mississippi State in the first minute and a half.
Yeah.
I mean, it was 18-4 or 2. A couple minutes in. I mean, they were so good. And like I said, they packed that place now to be a football school, and they always will be. But that area, because of the Auburn-Opelika deal and the proximity to Atlanta, they're kind of laughing at everybody else. A lot of this has happened with Starkville, too, because, the boom in the Golden Triangle, over $10 billion worth of industry coming into the Golden Triangle, two direct flights from Delta Airlines every day, a direct flight from Dallas-Fort Worth, 12 minutes from campus. You look at the boom down in Auburn-Opelika, it used to be hard in rural areas in the South to pull on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night to get your arena full. Oh, yeah. Now that the Sun Belt has boomed the last 40 years. Now, Mississippi State did it and a couple other teams on Wednesday nights during the Richard Williams, Rick Stansberry era. And that was before all the games were on TV, Jackson, and streaming and so on. But because of the population boom in the Sun Belt and the population boom in that area, and so many people can work wherever they want or retire there, they can put 9,500 people in there in a heartbeat.
Right.
And it's kind of wonky the way they built it. Now, once you get in and get down on the floor, it makes sense. But the building's kind of, I'm not sure. Maybe the architecture was on crazy pills.
Nice.
Architect was on crazy pills. It's kind of funky. But once you get down in there, man, it's serious with that student section. But Bruce Pearl steps down, and Stephen Pearl is now the head basketball coach for them Auburn Tigers. Josh Raggio coming up next. Famous custom duck call maker, owner of Raggio Mercantile Shop in Madison. All right, college football insider, famous custom duck call maker, owner of Raggio Mercantile Shop. Josh Raggio joins us on the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Big week 5 in college football coming up. And Josh Raggio, good morning. How you doing?
I'm good, Bo. How are you?
I'm good, man. Are you dressed like Stone Temple Pilots or Chris Stapleton today?
I'm pretty casual today. I'm in a duck call shop, so I'm shorts and flip flops and t-shirt.
Okay.
I'm not in the public eye today, so
no public. Okay. All right.
Place, yeah.
If you're gonna turn some music on today,
yeah,
what would you? Because you're kind of getting in the zone. You're a custom duck call maker. If you were gonna turn some music on today, what would it be?
In the zone, Bo. I've gone from espresso to coffee, and I'm on Red Bull #1. So probably gonna go. I love listening to loud music like YouTube. So probably Guns N' Roses right now.
Like it.
Maybe some STP, Pearl Jam, anything that's live in concert. Maybe after this Red Bull, Thunderstruck, probably from AC/DC when they're playing, I think in like Germany in front of 1 million people or something crazy. Some Metallica.
Ooh.
Actually, yeah, it may chill it out a little bit after lunch.
I like that. So Guns N' Roses is one of my favorite bands of all time. So is AC/DC and Stone Temple Pilots. And I like Pearl Jam, but those are favorites. I like where you're going. Have you been on the road lately? Any road trips?
Man, no. I've been, if you consider Raymond and Madison a road trip.
Well, that is. I mean,
yeah, a lot of back and forth. There a few days a week in the store, here in Raymond a few days a week, turning calls, covered in sawdust. Just living a dream, man. I love both of them. Thank you for everybody that's been coming out and supporting the Madison store. It's continuing just to grow and be amazing, and the support that Madison's showing and the whole surrounding area. It's been fun, people ask like, well, what is it? And it's hard to say, I mean, it's kind of an experience.
Yeah.
You just gotta come in and see it.
We need to do another Elijah Craig, afternoon, deal, especially when the weather breaks here in a couple of weeks.
I think we'll do it Saturday, actually, just, if you're not going to Starkville or Oxford, we'll have some beers and some old fashions if you want to come. We'll have football playing in the store, so come by and shop, sip on something.
Yeah, I love that. What are you making your what is the, I don't even know what you would say, style or theme today for your custom duck calls?
Man, I'm going off the books. So getting off the orders and making some things that I just wanted to, stare at all these wood blanks and don't get to make a lot of the ones that I want to turn sometimes. So I'm just taking a left turn and making 10 or so that really aren't spoken for. So I guess I'll post them, of course, but if you're listening and been wanting a duck call, this will be a pretty good week to hit me up for one. I have hundreds of wood blanks, and I mean, it's impossible for me to show folks what I have. So it's fun sometimes just to grab something and kind of just let the artistic freedoms flow and do something I've been just wanting to do. So that's kind of what I'm doing this week.
Okay.
Probably next week too.
How many duck calls, how many custom duck calls will you make this week and next?
We'll probably do 10. I'll start on, like I started on 10 yesterday, and by next week they'll be done. I'm working on, in stages, and I'll be at Madison tomorrow, Friday, Saturday. So that kind of cuts into the duck call time, and it's really just split time. It's like 50-50. So it's not like I'm just sitting here hammering them out. Well, I am while I'm here, but I can't do it, consecutive days, unfortunately. But man, we're getting, it's good right now. Everything's good.
Good. Josh Raggio, owner of Raggio Mercantile Shop in Madison. And, of course, he's got his custom duck call business, too. How long you been making custom duck calls, Raggio?
Oh, gosh, 2013. So I guess we're in year 12.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. You snap it, just flown by. And, man, I was thinking today, like where a duck call has taken me, people I've gotten to meet. I mean, you know a lot of that story. We've talked about it on the show a lot on the sports side of things. But man, I was just kind of sat down and relished, just really thinking about it the other day, and I need to write all of it down so it doesn't get forgotten. It's been an amazing venture. 12 years is, and I guess now we're at like 7 full time. It's just been a wild ride.
That's awesome. All right, what is because you've got, I mean, this is a big next 3 months 4. So you've got one, the shop is Raggio Mercantile Shop is popping and happening in Madison. You've got full blown hunting season coming up.
Yeah.
Bo is just a whisker away, but then you know the drill, how active you are in duck hunting season. And then you've got the retail, the weather breaks, retail, Christmas, and all that. So are you locked in? Are you ready for this 4-month stretch?
Yeah. We've, in retail, you typically have a lull kind of through the summer and all. And we really, we didn't really experience that this year. Things stayed really, really good, thankfully.
That's awesome.
Stayed turning calls. So I feel like I haven't had a break really to even rejuvenate, but it's, we're at level, I'm at level 9, probably we'll hit 10 here in the next few weeks as we get a cold snap and things really get to ginning. But yeah, it's crazy busy. We're going to do mistletoe again this year.
You're doing mistletoe?
Well, yeah, second year in a row, man. I freaking dread it, but it's once you get in there and you get going, it's actually
I love you, man. That's so great.
Not too bad, I guess.
That's
But
awesome.
Standing out for 16 hours, it's pretty brutal. But we'll be there. We'll be there doing our thing. And yeah, duck season comes with lots of video and photography and doing things for, my sponsors and that side of my world. So yeah, we're about to step it up to level 10 and get rolling.
Man.
Get absolutely rolling. I can't wait.
Okay, so Josh Raggio on the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line, famous custom duck call maker, Raggio Mercantile Shop. And I hate to give the guy props, but he's a very talented photographer too. He came up here and was kind enough to hang out with us a couple of months ago. We had a get-together happy hour here at the studio, and he took some pictures of just kind of what we were doing and the food and the Volteo tequila. Well, I sent it over to the group in Texas, and it got to Dak, and he was blown away at the pics that Raggio took of the Volteo tequila bottles, which was really cool to get that kind of feedback. All right, before we get into some pick'em and some other things, all right, tell me what the hottest 2 or 3 items, or whether it's gear or accessories or whatever. What's the hottest 2 or 3 items maybe right now, and what do you think are going to be the hottest items going into mistletoe and the Christmas shopping season, Raggio?
Well, I got to mention, we've been doing a year-long project right now. We designed from the ground up our own bags, so wax, canvas, leather bags. So we call it the Raggio collection. we did 2 of them. We did what's really kind of like a field bag, something like a shooting bag, a blind bag. But these things are super classy. You could use it as a carry-on, private jet or whatever. And then we did a slightly larger version, which is a duffel bag, call it the buddy bag, because how guys talk. It's like, hey, what'd you do this weekend? I went to stay with a buddy. And so we call it the buddy duffel. And it's really for a night, maybe 2 nights, but it's really thick, waxed, 18-ounce canvas. best zipper on the market. Because the one thing that fails on bags is you can build a super nice, expensive bag, and if you put a crappy zipper on it, then your kids are not going to get that bag. And
No doubt.
Try to develop a bag that would last, a few generations, a passed down heirloom type quality bag. So I think we've done that, and we've got them in a few weeks ago. They're selling pretty well, but that's probably what I'm most excited about right now, just because the project took so long. I had no idea how difficult it was going to be, but it's done, and they're here. So you can find them online. You can come see them in the store. So that's one I'm most excited about. Probably the Turtle Box Ranger, the small Turtle Box.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I ordered 60 of them the other day, and I think we're down to probably 30. And I was thinking 60 was going to get me to Christmas, and I don't think it's going to get us to Thanksgiving. So yeah, they're. I mean, we sell a couple a day at least.
Turtle Box Ranger. Okay, so I was one of the first to get one of your turtle boxes a few years ago, and we love it for the boat and everything else. All right, tell me about this Turtle Box Ranger.
So the Ranger is about a third of the size of yours. The original is what you have.
Okay.
Still completely waterproof. It's about a third of the weight as well. And small handles, so you can put it on a carabiner, clip it on a backpack. Still completely waterproof. The newest, the best selling point on it is it has extremely strong magnets on it. So golfers are putting them, you can slap it on your golf cart, your side-by-side. If you're hunting or playing food plots, throw it on, in your tractor, on your bumper, your truck. If you go to any function, most tailgates, dove hunt, you're going to see Rangers at these places. They're just really, really popular. And they're Gen 3s, which means the Gen 2s, you could pair just two of them together. Now you can pair up to 99 speakers. And it doesn't matter the size. So all the Gen 3s, the Ranger, the original, and the Grande, you can have 99 various ones and pair them together and have a concert in downtown Madison if you wanted to, and everybody could hear it.
Wow.
Still get all the waterproofness, everything that Turtle Box offers in the original in a smaller, more compact version.
Okay. That's awesome. Josh Raggio. Yeah. Raggio Mercantile Shop in Madison on the Out of Bounds show. He's got the Turtle Box Ranger. He's got the original and the Grande too, but the Turtle Box Rangers, that's cool. I got one several years ago, and I absolutely love mine when my son doesn't steal it, which I think he's got it in Starkville, but I'll have to check. Also, Raggio is going to be at Mistletoe, or as we call it, Mistletatas, and that's going to be one big part. So what's your busiest day there? Is it Thursday, Friday, or Saturday? What was your busiest day last year at Mistletoe? Do you remember?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's such a blur. I don't even remember.
I bet.
I remember Wednesday night because there's a lot more dudes there for the gala thing,
Right.
So we saw lots of duck calls. Like Wednesday night's a good night. It's the way that thing gets started is unlike any other show we do. When you have to be there till basically midnight on the very first night of what's about to be a very, very long 3 days, because you got to be back there, at 7 or whatever the next morning.
Oof.
Staying in until I think you leave at 8:30 or 9. It's a tough one. It really is exhausting. But they're all pretty good. I'd say Wednesday night. I really don't remember. It's such a blur. You get there, you get set up, you talk to 20,000 people, you tear down, and you go home and you go, what the heck just happened?
Right. I can only imagine, man. Wow. All right. Well, and we'll see how the party goes on Wednesday night.
Hopefully no bar fights this time.
Oh, come on, man. I got to have something to talk about. It gives me content, my man.
Why don't you come mark the booth with me Wednesday night? How about that?
I may do that. I could Uber down, could sip on a little Elijah Craig Old Fashioned, and I could help you. I could be good at that, helping you work the booth. Don't you think?
Yeah. We'll throw a cowboy hat on you. We'll find you some cowboy boots, and
I like a safari, kind of scaled down a little bit from the cowboy hat. I've always had, those kind of, I don't know what safari hats or whatever I'm trying to say. That's right up my alley.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
In fact, you have one. You have one on your phone. When I looked to text you today, you have a hat like I would wear. What is that hat called?
Yeah, I don't know what that style is.
Okay.
I have 10, 12 of them. I love those type hats.
I do
it's
too.
A brim hat, no matter how you fold it, bend it, crown it, whatever. I like that style hat once we get into a little bit of cooler weather.
No doubt. Do you want to pick some games?
Yeah, man. Who's playing?
All right, so here we go. We're going to do our pick'em contest with college football insider Josh Raggio Mercantile Shop in Madison. Let's start with LSU and Ole Miss. Ole Miss is laying 1.5 points.
Doesn't matter what it is. LSU's going to rout them.
Okay.
I hope I don't have to see any basketballs being attempted to be dunked on the sidelines of a football game.
You're not crazy about that?
It's absolutely horrible. Prove me wrong.
All right.
Prove me
so
wrong.
You're going LSU. I am too on that game. But all right, we've got Tennessee at Mississippi State.
As much as I'd like to pick the dogs, Tennessee's gonna beat them, and I think State comes out pretty hot, fired up. Somebody's gonna be flat-footed in the back, and I think they're going to probably throw over somebody first 3 plays for a touchdown on their first series. State settles in a little bit, but they still get beat.
I agree. I don't think either Mississippi team wins this weekend, but we'll see what plays out. Ole Miss has a better shot. Mississippi State, that path could do it, but going to be extremely difficult. All right. Bama at Georgia. Whoa.
Yeah, flip a quarter. Bama's quarterback's on fire. Georgia's just a really good team. Well, so is Alabama. Give me Georgia.
Okay. Georgia at home. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I see where you're going there.
By less than what's the spread?
2.5.
Yeah, I'd say less than 5.
Yeah. I think it could be a phenomenal game. So could LSU and Ole Miss. Auburn so Hugh Freeze and Auburn at A&M. Minus 6.5. A&M.
Yeah, I mean, really another quarter flip for me. I kind of like Auburn. I like A&M. I like the atmosphere. What time's that game?
That game is at 2:30 on ESPN.
If it's a night game, I'd give it a little more A.M. I'll take Auburn.
Okay, I'll definitely take the points in the game, 6.5, and take Auburn because, they're going to have to try to get up again after last weekend in the Oklahoma game, but I think they can do it. Let's see if there's one more here. I don't know if you're going to be interested in Oregon at Penn State.
No, I stay out of the Big 13 or Big 9, whatever they want to call it. 20, whatever all that is nowadays.
All right. Let's go to baseball. Do you are you even following any MLB, or you've been too locked into custom duck calls?
I hadn't been following much. A little bit. Who's Florida? Is Florida playing, or they got to buy?
Florida's got to buy.
Oh, thank goodness. Maybe he'll get another year. I mean, I'd give him some grace. He has an incredibly difficult schedule.
Yes. Yeah, they play they're taking off this weekend, and they play Texas at home next weekend.
Yeah, brutal. Absolutely brutal, their schedule.
Yeah. So, all right. Have you got a big hunting trip scheduled already?
Yeah, we got a few things to do for Sitka again this year. Kind of some of our normal stuff. We'll be shooting some of the products that'll be coming out the next year. All that. A couple of buddy hunts lined up, but I don't really get to do a lot of that till January. Once we get out of the retail, out of the Christmas season. So Yeah, a couple before then, but I'll start getting after them in January pretty good.
Okay, yeah, you got to get through December 24th, and then you can start to look at hunting a little bit, duck hunting.
Yeah. We take a deep breath after that and chill out for a little while.
Cool.
Hunting. Yeah.
All right, our listeners, check out Raggio Mercantile Shop in Madison. It's over there by Half Shell Oyster, and behind Half Shell, and it's right down the street from Burgers Blues Barbecue, B3 in Madison. So he's got a beautiful store, and we did an Elijah Craig deal there a few months ago. We're going to have to do another one. I'm hoping maybe we can do one before you go to Mistletoe. That may be cutting it tight, but maybe we can do it on a Wednesday afternoon or something. So we'll talk about that. Mr. Guns N' Roses, Josh Raggio, joining us on the Out of Bounds show. All right, if we do the Elijah Craig afternoon meet and greet, you've got to wear all black, okay?
Why is that?
I don't know. I just thought that just decided that was something.
Persona.
Yeah.
I just have to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. You got to wear a cowboy hat to Mistletoe.
Okay, I will. I'm in.
Okay.
Or a hat like you have in your phone.
No, we're going full blown Western.
Okay, full blown Western. I guess I've got to find some boots too.
Okay, we can handle that. We can handle the hat and the boots.
All right, hell, are we going to go with the belt buckle too? What are we doing here? It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
All right. So, what else do I need to hit?
I need a Red Bull sponsor. I drink too many of these things.
Oh yeah.
You got a connection? Yeah. Man, these things they keep me rolling, keep me at the right level.
I didn't have you pegged as a Red Bull guy, but F1 is that's kind of worked out for Formula One and Red Bull. Good grief. They've both been on a meteoric vertical run, I guess. All right.
Yeah, I don't think they have any duck call makers either, so hey, let's be the first.
Yeah, you should be. All right. Well, be good, my man. I hope to see you soon.
Thanks, buddy. Have a great day.
All right, buddy. Josh Raggio, Raggio Mercantile Shop in Madison, college football insider. He joined us on the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line. Speaking of Elijah Craig bourbon, Taste Italian Kitchen has like 4 different kinds of Elijah Craig. 18-year toasted barrel, small batch. The list goes on and on. So you'll want to check that out at some point this week. Thanks for listening to the Out of Bounds show on 105.9 The Zone ESPN. Mike Detillier did 20 minutes on LSU Ole Miss. 20 minutes on LSU Ole Miss. You can find it on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Search Out of Bounds with Bo Bounds, or YouTube, search Out of Bounds Sports. See you tomorrow live from Dancing Rabbit Golf Club.